Is regarding ICT, Information and Communication Technologies, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Next slide, please. So, the guys, I have chosen this topic because it is very much important topic as far as your careers are concerned. You know that we are in isolation modes, and the students, the faculty, and the researchers are doing their researches in an isolation mode, what has been realized by the United Nations. When we ask from the students or faculty members that what is respect to international practices and norms, they are usually not over it. And they usually say that the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. So this is very important that our students and faculty must be apprised of what's going on globally over all entire developments in the world and for the mission of the communities. This is how the theme of my topic that I will today talk that what are the global sustainable development goals and how being the electrical, electronics, biomedical engineering students, mechanical engineering students, civil engineering students, and faculty members, we can connect ourselves with these goals. You must know that this is an historical aspect that in Rio 20 conference 2012, the 190 United Nations members decided to launch a process to develop a set of build up the Millennium Development Goals and converge with the post 2015 development goals. So initially, United Nations had designed in previously the Millennium Development Goals, but they said that after achieving or not achieving these Millennium Development Goals, we have to move on to the Sustainable Development Goals. And what are those Sustainable Development Goals? These are a bold, universal agreement to end poverty in all its dimensions and craft an equal, just, and secure world for people, planet, and prosperity by the year end 2030. So this is very important that you should prepare yourself for the promotion and progress of the community, what it will be by the year 2030. So you should know that these are 17 sustainable development goals that have been designed by the United Nations. And our each and every student must remember these 17 goals. And from now onward, what should you do? You should focus your research and studies towards achieving those sustainable development goals. You should not isolate your the SDG or not. You should connect it with the worldwide in the universities and in industry, that you should link your research, that your research is linked with which of the sustainable development goal of the United Nations. So it is very important that your research must be connected with the sustainable particular one or two or three sustainable development goals. And this has also been adopted by the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan and by the Pakistan Engineering Council and by all the societies like the IEEE society, that they have focused their interests and research over achieving the sustainable development goal. Every time in your career, in your CV, in your interview, you will be asked from the authorities that you have done this practice, you have done this research, you have done this studies. It is made with which type of the SDG, which number of the SDG. If you are not going to answer that question, it means your that research is obsolete, is of no use to the humanity. Next slide, please. You can see here what those sustainable development goals are. These, and you see that these sustainable development goals are 17. Number one goal is no poverty. It means by 2030, United Nations is planning that they will eliminate the poverty. Means every person will live a life of prosperity. How? Now the researchers and the concerned competent persons will have to decide this, and they are focusing their attentions towards that. The number two is zero hunger. Every person has to be made available with food. Lot of food applications are there, and lot of food technologies are there to be incorporated. Number third goal is good health and well-being. It means our health issues, including our present issue of the COVID-19. You know, it's a major problem in the world, and all epidemics, all diseases. So, good health and well-being is one of the sustainable development goal. Quality education, achieving the quality and importing the quality education to all the stakeholders, to all the students. This is the goal 4. Number 5 is gender equality, means nobody should say I am man or I am woman. Gender equality and equal rights for all. Clean water and sanitation, this is the problem of the developing nations, and you must focus your attention, research, and your goals towards achieving and providing the cleaner water and sanitation system to the community at large in your cities, in your towns, in your villages. So, this is the sixth goal that we have to achieve by 2030. Seventh goal is what it is written, it is affordable and clean energy. Affordable and clean energy. So this is all related to the energy technology. Energy, all type of the energies, the hydel, the wind, the alternate energy resources, and so on. And it must be affordable, means cheap. No energy should be provided to any person who is poor and he cannot or she cannot afford it. How? You have to design the system work and economic growth. What is this? Decent work. You produce all your things, your assignments, your research, your activities in a decent way, and develop your country and your family economically, welfare state for with a decent work. There are a lot of things, a lot of technologies, lot of we will discuss if I will be permitted to more time. Then I will discuss what is the decent work and what is the economic growth. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure. You say every country has got the industries, but those industries somewhere are innovative and they have proper infrastructure, but still the infrastructure needs to be robust and smart. So this is the ninth goal, that new development of the industries with innovative technologies and research and innovative infrastructure like the nanotechnology. You know, this is very important research field. The world is moving on what the manufacturing industries and new dimension of that industry, that all your present gadgets will be obsolete within 2030 and new technology with nanotechnology will be developed. So you focus your attention and don't reinvent the wheel in your projects. What I want to say here, Don't reinvent the wheels. Some students have developed projects and you are taking those projects again and again, producing those thoughts again and again. No, now you should be innovative. Infrastructure and latest infrastructure based projects, latest industry based jobs and employments, and so on. Reduced inequalities. There are a lot of things. He is the black, he is the white, and there is no equality. So you have to reduce through social systems, through community systems, through political systems, reduced inequalities. 11th is sustainable cities and communities. Now, what is this? This is the invention of your smart cities. When you will be having smart cities connected with satellite communication, 5G and 4, 5G and 6G infrastructures, new industrial revolution will be developed, new road networks, new vehicle systems, and new land systems, new land revenue systems, new transportation systems, new agriculture systems. This is the new idea for sustainable cities and communities. The 12th goal is responsible consumption and production. Responsible consumption and production. So all the industry's production should be responsive towards the clients, the satisfaction of the clients, not the satisfaction of their own monetary benefits. No, they have to produce the quality things and responsible consumption and production. So this is whole about the industrialization, post industrial revolution, and so on. The 13 is the climate actions. We are going towards environmental degradation issues. So so many emissions are very much bad to the human health. So we have to look into whether all these diseases, pandemics, environmental earthquakes, as well as the natural disasters, and so many other things are due to the climate problem. So one has to develop the research and resources and infrastructure and your efforts towards that climate change. You see, you are running into the interior of Sindh or interior of the Punjab. There is a lot of smog and fog. No research is coming to control that fog. Why this fog is growing? Why a lot of accidents are going to happen? How to reduce it? How to control it? Lot of time is wasted. You see, you have 7 months at most. This fog is running inside Pakistan, and no research is coming to control. This is the climate action one has to take. Life below water. So this is another opportunity. What are the natural things, natural facilities underwater beneficial for the humanity? How to use it underwater resources? So nobody has even thought over this thing, that we are passing our lives onto the earth, and what technology is to be induced beneath the earth, that is inside the water. Life on land is to be developed, prosperous, well-being, and so on. 16th goal is peace, justice, and strong institutions. Peace. Peace means no war, no war, no abuse, no injustice, justice, and strong institutions. We have to focus on the development of the strong institutions, the fostered institutions, the very powerful institutions with systems and processes. If your institutions will contain the systems and processes, your every problem will be resolved with that particular system. So policies, systems, legal ideas, legal issues, and other framework is to be developed and put into place in each and every organization and community. And partnerships for the goals. This is very important, because no nation can develop its things or its resources individually in isolation, and one has to be very much in coincidence with MOUs, with pacts with other nations who are developing countries. They can share their ideas, their innovations, their transportations, their other resources with other countries. So next slide, please. This is actually, you see that these are the 17 goals I have explained, and these goals are for 5 P's: total awakening and well-being of all. Well-being of all, women, men, black, white, whosoever, caste, without caste increase, without discrimination of the religion. One has to be facilitated for his or her well-being on earth. There are 5 P's. First, people. For people, we have to end poverty and hunger in all forms and ensure dignity and equality. For prosperity, ensure prosperous and fulfilling lives in harmony with nature. Peace, foster peaceful, just and inclusive societies. Partnerships, implement the agenda through a solid global partnership. This planet, protect your planet, your earth, natural resources, and climate for future generations. So these are for 5 P's one has to work upon. And how you will do? Next slide, please. How you will do it? You will do it through this axiomatic design theory. Axiomatic design theory, my dear students and fellow colleagues, are for complex system problems and designs. So then that design, you have to see the customer's domains, you have to see the functional domains, and you have to see the physical domains. For the customer's domains, you have to see the customer's requirements, and it has to be translated and transformed into the functional requirements, that what those functional requirements will be, and you have to map it through technology or
Sir,
through
kindly conclude.
okay, through technology and through all means these physical solutions. Madam, you have given me 5 minutes late because you know that last presentation was late, so that's why. So how you will do it?
Sir, but you have
Some
already exceed 5 minutes
okay,
more.
okay. Some standards innovation spaces to target for sustainable ICT and sustainable through ICT are, I am giving you a list of the technologies that you can focus. Being an electric and electronic engineers, you have to focus on Internet of Things, augmented reality, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. These are very, very new techniques. Those are going to be emerged very vehemently in the society and by the 2030. E-health, smart grid, cloud computing for green energy, blockchain enabled IoTs. Now this is very beyond the cryptocurrency concepts. Blockchain enabled IoTs. Then big data analytics, fifth generation and sixth generation telecom networks, massive multiple input, multiple output and small cells, cyber, physical, environmental economic systems, and greening transport via ICT. This is the list of the technologies and projects that you can focus and take, and this is one of the hint I am giving you. I don't have a time to do all this. So this is the next slide, please. Next slide. So you see here that what we have to do, develop standards, develop sustainable ICT standards, sustainable ICT targets for objective of energy efficiency and minimum greenhouse gas emissions, life cycle of ICT equipment and processes, metrics and methodologies we have to create, models and methods and best practices we have to create, and we have to be green through ICT. So for this, for example, smart cities, take an example. Smart cities identify and develop technical best practices across the functional and application domains of urban infrastructure systems, in which you will include sensors, intelligent electronic devices, communication networks, cyber security, system integration, intelligence and data analytics, and so many other things, control platforms and so many other things. Next slide, please. So you see, in all this scenario, you have to move to the ICT industry towards circular economy, in which you have to e-waste reduction. You have to reduce the e-waste. So we have to design test beds for holistic systems. And we have to leverage the organization's comprehensive neural ecosystem of technical competency across the materials, the energy, and ICT domains. So these are advanced concepts that can be achieved through software engineering and hardware engineering, through virtualization, artificial intelligence, battery technologies, and so many ICT enabled business models that those are to be created and their KPIs, business KPIs are to be developed. So this is the very important metrics that one has to achieve. And then finally, in the last slide, please come. So here you see in the last slide, please switch to the last slide. Yes, here see that these G stands for the goals, and you have to coincide the economy, the power, and consciousness according to the goals. You see there are matrices. The goal 1, goal 2, goal 6, goal 7, goal 8, goal 12 are for economy. For power, you have goal 5, goal 10, goal 16. And for consciousness, this relates to the society, is goal 4 and goal 17. In this way, you can develop your major resources and other disseminations of the goals, and you can see that how you can contribute to the sustainable development of this world. So my dear students and my dear fellow colleagues and faculty members, you think upon this, you remember these 17 goals, because by the 2030, everybody, every person has to see a drastic change in society in terms of technology, and technology is the main crux of all these goals achievement, is the main thing through which you will achieve. IEEE has got a very comprehensive ICT sustainable development goal achievements targets. So they are focusing on, there are many projects which are going on, and you should also link your projects and your studies towards this sustainable development goal. Thank you very much, and thank you for giving me the time and listening me once again.